How's everyone doing today? It's your boy JJ Domination, and today we're going to be talking about a pretty controversial topic depending on who you ask, but will Lamar Jackson work at quarterback? Now, this is all my opinion. Yes, you already know I'm going to have my stats. I'm going to have everything to back up my claims or whatever. I don't come into these videos unprepared. Even though I do some of them on the fly, I'm never unprepared. That's one thing you'll never really see out of me. I'm always ready. I'm always on top of my game when it comes to these discussion videos. But if you have been enjoying, don't forget to drop a like down below and let me hear your feedback, man. Like I said, it's a pretty controversial video. Why I think Lamar Jackson will work? Well, let's just look at the sample size that we have of him. So if you really think about it, he's played in like a dozen games, but he's really started like 7 games, and 6 of them were in the regular season and 1 in the postseason. And I feel like a lot of people are looking at his performance against the Los Angeles Chargers in the playoffs instead of looking at the full body of work. You got to remember, yes, it is a team sport, but Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens were basically in that entire game against the Kansas City Chiefs. And I really think a lot of people forget that, and to me that is just mind-blowing, but it is what it is. You do look at that Chargers game in the playoffs, yes, there was a lot of wrong. He does have a problem hanging onto the football. That's definitely something that, it should be fixed. But we have seen running backs and quarterbacks and any sort of ball handler. Yeah, the reason I said running backs is because I know a lot of people refer to him as a running back, which is funny because Josh Allen was more inaccurate than he was. But it is what it is. Let's just stay on track here. When it comes to Lamar Jackson, yes, he does have a fumbling issue. But what if I just told you these base stats right here? He had the highest passer rating in the fourth quarter out of any quarterback, including Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and the MVP, Patrick Mahomes. What if I just told you that? Highest passer rating in the fourth quarter. And I didn't, give you any clauses or any but, this, and this. I just told you the simple stat, highest passer rating in the fourth quarter. That's all I told you. Alright, now, what if I go in a little deeper? I'm not a Pro Football Focus guy, right? But I thought this was a pretty good graphic. This was grading the 5 rookie quarterbacks that were drafted in the first round, and they looked at the passer rating when the quarterback has a clean pocket, when the quarterback is under pressure, when the quarterback is throwing 20 or more yards, and on third down. So all very important, aspects of the game. You want to be pretty good at throwing in all of these scenarios. You don't want to be trash in any area. Well, let's compare all of the rookie quarterbacks. So obviously, like, Baker Mayfield's going to be the best one. I don't really think there's that much of a discussion. But with a clean pocket, let's just look at Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Lamar Jackson. Let's just focus on those guys for a second. So Sam Darnold with a clean pocket had the highest one with a 93.9 passer rating, which is pretty good. I mean, you want to be able to be above average with a clean pocket. That's fair. Josh Allen had the lowest one with a 79.8 passer rating. Josh Rosen had the second lowest with an 80.9 passer rating, and the running back that's playing quarterback, in a lot of people's opinion, had an 86.5 passer rating. So he was closer. He was in between Sam Darnold and Josh Rosen, which is good. That's good for Lamar Jackson. He was basically the third highest out of all the rookie quarterbacks, because like I said, I didn't include Mayfield because he just blows everyone out of the water just about in everything except for throw under pressure. He only blows out everyone except Lamar Jackson. So there you go. But that's telling. With a clean pocket, you definitely want to be good. You want to be able to complete your passes. Now let's look at under pressure. Now, we know in today's NFL you have to be mobile to be able to really be good at throwing under pressure. Some non-mobile QBs can throw under pressure, but it's rare. You have to be able to move around in order to throw under pressure. So let's just, we're going to throw Baker Mayfield into this one because, like I said, other than Lamar Jackson, he blows everyone out of the water. Under pressure, Baker Mayfield had a 73.5 passer rating, which is basically middle of the pack, because I think the highest passer rating you can get is 158.3, so that's like slightly below average, but it's not terrible, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are worse quarterbacks, and as you'll hear from the other three, not counting Lamar Jackson, it's bad. Sam Darnold under pressure, 39.7 passer rating. That is terrible. I mean, you don't want to be under a 50 in anything. Josh Allen, 47.4, another fellow mobile quarterback who can't throw under pressure. Wow. Josh Rosen, who probably has the least amount of mobility out of every quarterback on this list, with a 38.1 passer rating. That's terrible. Like I said, you don't want to be under 50 you don't want to be under 50 in anything. Period. That's just terrible. And Lamar Jackson, the best quarterback under pressure, with a 79.7 passer rating. And like I said, I don't really use analytics like that, like advanced analytics. These aren't really advanced. These are just 4 things that determine passer rating. You know what I'm saying? These are like, it's like breaking down what goes into passer rating other than just touchdowns and interceptions, completion percentage, all that cool stuff. So now we go to the deep ball, 20 plus yards. So the running back playing quarterback, you know, you would expect him to barely be able to throw a 5-yard little hitch route, right? We're going to include Baker Mayfield in this one because I just think it speaks to how incredible Baker Mayfield was when he was throwing 20 plus yards last season without Odell Beckham, by the way, because he's brand new to the team. 107.6 passer rating. I mean, that is that's special for a rookie quarterback. You don't really hear about a lot of rookies throwing in the hundreds for passer rating of deep passes. Sam Darnold, who everyone said was like, you know, the best looking prospect outside of Baker Mayfield, or even the best looking prospect in some aspects, when he was throwing 20 plus yards deep, 42.3 passer rating. I mean, that's just disappointing. That shouldn't even be a thing. That shouldn't be the case. If you look at Josh Allen, much better from him, 62.9 passer rating when throwing deep. That's actually not bad for Josh Allen, even though he does have one of the strongest arms in the NFL. I think it's definitely safe to say that. Josh Rosen, when throwing deep, in not perfect passer rating, but he had an 80.0 passer rating. Obviously, he didn't have 158.3, but he had a perfect, 80.0. So no decimal, just an 80 passer rating, throwing deep passes. And then you look at Lamar Jackson, the running back playing quarterback, as people like to refer to him as. 93.8 passer rating when throwing 20 plus yard passes. That's pretty good for a rookie. That's pretty good for a rookie indeed. In terms of just quarterbacking in general, that's still pretty good. I mean, that's above average for sure. And then finally, third down. Now, this is the money down, as they like to call it. Lamar Jackson ranked third in this category, but still pretty good, or average, I guess you could say, if you look at the numbers. So we got Baker Mayfield, of course, 93.6, the best thrower on third down out of all the rookies. It's not even close. Then you have Sam Darnold with an 83.5 on third down. That's his passer rating on third down. That's pretty good for Sam Darnold, for sure. Then you look at Josh Allen, 49 passer rating on third down. That's terrible. Like I said, you don't want to be under 50 in anything. You'd really prefer to be in the 70s on everything. But I'm just trying to cut these players some slack because it is their rookie season. Josh Rosen on third down, a 60.6 passer rating. Not good, but since we did say you want to be above a 50, I guess in that case he did good. And then finally, Lamar Jackson, 76 passer rating on third down. That is average, across the league, I guess you could say. So Lamar Jackson, that good old running back playing quarterback, basically, if you look at just those numbers alone, that determined passer rating, which is an important stat, which I value more than quarterback rating, which I think is the most BS stat ever in the history of statistics. Because to me, passer rating is just a lot more important. Lamar Jackson, arguably the second best quarterback in this class. Now, I know there's the argument, but JJ, he had a limited sample size. True, but in that sample size, he managed to play pretty good, you know, statistically. And yes, I watched him play, and yes, head scratching at times. I will admit that. But it's funny how there are different narratives on all the other rookies, but with him it's like all he does is run the ball and he can't throw, he's a running back. It's funny how that's his narrative, but for like Josh Allen and Sam Darnold, it's like, oh, it's their rookie year, you know, give them a break, they're trying to get used to the NFL. And to me it's bullshit, and I'm going to call out every fan on that, because to me that is absolute bullshit. That's the lamest excuse I've ever heard for a rookie quarterback. You know, we all dogged on, you know, like Jared Goff, for example, because he was just terrible his rookie season. And then he gets Sean McVay and all these other toys, and he's able to just make it work. And he ends up looking like an above-average quarterback. You know, like we've seen quarterbacks, we've seen players in general just struggle their first season. Like, it's a thing. Like, it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just bound to happen. Everyone doesn't come in year one and light up the NFL. You know what I'm saying? But yet, Lamar Jackson came in. He was thrown into a situation where he had to be somewhat competent of a quarterback, because this team was 4-5. They were out of the playoff picture at that time, and they really needed to win some games, man. And they went like 5-1 down the stretch with Lamar Jackson. The only game they lost was an overtime game to Kansas City, who, by the way, played in an AFC championship. I don't know if y'all knew that, which is just incredible. I mean, that's your only loss. That's something you can hang your hat on. This team beat the Chargers in the regular season. They didn't beat them when it counted, but you know what? They did beat them in the regular season when a lot of people didn't think they would be able to. And in the playoffs, another thing that doesn't get talked about a lot, and like I said, you can go into all the specifics for every scenario. I'd hear you out, but you got to think the Chargers played Lamar Jackson twice in the span of 3 weeks, because they played each other in week 16, week 17, I believe they played the Browns, and Lamar Jackson was solid in that game as well. And then the following week in the wild card, they had to play the Chargers because it was the 4th seed versus the 5th seed. So they had to play that. They had to play them twice in 3 weeks. I would hope the Chargers, as good as their defense is, I would hope they're on top of their shit, playing a team 2 times out of 3. You know, 2 times in the span of 3 weeks. I would hope they're on top of their game, as good as their defense is. If not, I mean, that's just terrible. There's something wrong if that's not the case. So, everyone's favorite running back playing quarterback, as they like to call him, was actually the second best rookie quarterback last season. But yet there are so many excuses for the other guys and why they didn't pan out in their rookie year exactly. And for Lamar Jackson, it's he's a running back and all they want to do is run the ball. And I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of sick of all the excuses. Fans are fake anyway. And then the funny part is when they talk about Josh Rosen, right, who I said would be the second best quarterback in this class, and trust me, he's got a long ways to go. There's also still time for that to be a reality. But the funny thing is, the excuse for Josh Rosen is, oh, well, you know, he's with the new team now. He needed a change of scenery. Needed a change of scenery? He's barely been in the league. What do you mean he needs a change of scenery? A change of scenery is for a player who's been in the league for like 3 seasons. It just hasn't worked out, and they like demand a trade. Like Duke Johnson. Duke Johnson probably wants a change of scenery. You know, we've heard all the trade rumors, and he wants out. So, I mean, come on, man. Don't hit me with that change of scenery bullcrap in his second season. That's for, like, 4th and 5th year players, man. You don't make that excuse when you're a rookie. That shouldn't be your go-to narrative for a rookie. Josh Rosen played behind one of the worst pass-blocking offensive lines in football, and he's going to the Miami Dolphins, who happen to be one of the other worst pass-blocking offensive lines in football, and he's not even going to be the starter week 1. It's going to be Ryan Fitzpatrick, who we all know is going to be good for 3 weeks and then fizzle out. It's kind of his thing. But it's just funny how all the excuses for all the other quarterbacks are different. But you look at Lamar Jackson, who had one pretty bad performance against the Chargers in the playoffs, and everyone dogs on him. Let me ask a question. Where were all the other rookie quarterbacks around playoff time? exactly. Where were they exactly? Oh, they were sitting on the couch watching Lamar Jackson. That's right. That's right. My bad. I guess they didn't get the invitation. Oh wait, you had to clinch a playoff spot in order to be invited. Oh, okay. My bad. I forgot that's how it worked. Silly me. Baker Mayfield, pretty damn good. The best rookie quarterback, last year. One of the best rookie quarterbacks we've seen in a minute. You know what I'm saying? He absolutely did his thing. He broke a record, I'm pretty sure, for like passing touchdowns or whatever. So good for him. Baker Mayfield, undisputed best rookie quarterback in that draft class. I said it from the beginning. I knew it would be the reality. But Lamar Jackson, the guy that everybody wants to criticize and slander, I get it. It's a popular thing in the community right now. Everyone wants to slander Lamar Jackson. I get it. But he was the second best rookie in the class. I know he just makes people frustrated because all they seem to do is run. But you got to understand, man, John Harbaugh, his brother, wants to focus on the athletic abilities of Lamar Jackson instead of what he can do as an actual quarterback. Because it's like when you get a new toy, you kind of want to test it out. And that's basically what Lamar Jackson is. He's a new toy. I mean, he's something that the league hasn't seen, as an athlete since Michael Vick. Whether people want to admit it or not, I'm not saying he is Michael Vick. I'm not one of those people that try to jump on that bandwagon, but we haven't seen a guy this explosive as a quarterback, as a runner of the football at his position since Michael Vick. It is what it is. Just accept it for what it is. That's reality. But for whatever reason, people just want to slander him. Yes, he does have a ways to go as a passer. But hell, I mean, those 4 metrics that I gave you all go towards passer rating, which is kind of a big deal in determining how good a quarterback is. I mean, yes, his completion percentage was trash. I'm not even going to beat around the bush. He did throw some interceptions. Granted, as a rookie quarterback, I mean, you're going to throw interceptions. Baker Mayfield had like 13 interceptions. Josh Allen had 10 interceptions and he played like 10 games. Sam Darnold, I'm pretty sure, had like 14 or 15. He had a ton of interceptions. I'm pretty sure he had the most in the league outside of like Big Ben. And, Rosen threw a bunch of picks. I mean, dude, he's a rookie. Rookies throw interceptions. Peyton Manning threw 28 interceptions in his rookie season. Jared Goff was hot trash his rookie season. I mean, it happens, man. Everyone doesn't come in and light up the league. So for me, I think Lamar Jackson is going to work. Now, this season, what do I expect from him? I have no clue, which is why I'm kind of intrigued. I mean, I know a lot of people are predicting this team to fall out of the playoffs. To me, they're starting to become the most disrespected team that made the playoffs last season. I mean, it's funny how everyone just wants to dismiss them and give it to the Cleveland Browns, who haven't even won the AFC North ever. The last time they won the AFC North, it was called the AFC Central, and like the Houston Oilers like won that division. Like, come on, dude. Come on. And Pittsburgh has a legitimate chance for sure. You can never count them out. Cincinnati, same song and dance, I guess, just a different season. But I'm not ready to count out this Baltimore Ravens team. And I get it. A lot of it has to do with everyone's, faith or lack thereof in Lamar Jackson. But seriously, I think you guys should try to give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? He was a good quarterback in college. I know. College, it's about what you do with the pros. And yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm one of the guys that says that too. I don't care what you did in college. What can you do here? I'm with you. I'm one of those guys for sure. But all I know is I have seen him as a thrower of the football. His mechanics, it's bizarrely good, but it's also bizarrely bad. It's weird how that works. But I've seen him as a thrower of the football. I'm no quarterback expert, as you could tell by my Jameis Winston takes back in the day, but I mean, hey, I think my words should count for something. If there is any position that I am right on, though, it's definitely the offensive and defensive line. I mean, your boy's almost batting 1,000 in that department, but I just have a strong feeling Lamar Jackson's going to work. Now, will he play for 20 years? Probably not. Will he play for 15? Probably not. The way that he plays, let's face it, he's not going to play that long. But if he plays for like 12 years, that's a dub. It doesn't matter if you win a Super Bowl either. I don't know if this team will, but to me, a lot of that stuff just doesn't matter if you win. So I can deal with Lamar Jackson being looked at as a running back, but the thing is, the slander's crazy. Come on, guys. You know, 1 minute you walk around thinking you're smart and that all of these guys like Colin Cowherd and all these analysts are stupid, but yet y'all make ridiculous takes like that, hopping on the slander train. Like, come on. Come on. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed, though. Like I said, let me know your opinion. Let me know your stance on it. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys next time.